You may have heard a bit about America's trade war with China here and there. You probably know it has something to do with steel or tariffs. Trade is naturally complicated, but we're going to try being brief. In 2016, President of the United States Donald Trump advocated for greater authority over trade with China and adopted the greatest degree of isolationism the nation has seen since the 1930s.
Forward, it's going to be only America first. America first.
By contrast, in 2014, Chinese President Xi Jinping announced a massive international infrastructure project, the largest in the world's history, the Belt and Road Initiative. This project is one of many efforts to increase China's presence in the global economy. China is or will become the next superpower thanks to its trade practices. Today, China is America's largest exporter of goods. American manufacturers obviously don't favor this and lobby for federal interference. Trade war officially began in 2017, at which point tariff rates skyrocketed. In the last 6 months, rates have risen to their highest point ever. So what are tariffs, and who pays them? Tariffs are a government-issued tax on exports from a particular country. Steel is a great example. Construction, auto, agriculture, and more are all industries that heavily rely on buying steel from China for both its price and accessibility. Contrary to popular belief, China doesn't pay a cent of our government-imposed tariffs. It's our consumers' bill to pay. Today, they pay the US government an average of 19.3% on that steel. That's a massive premium for our auto industry, farmers, and many others to pay. So what is the issue? Is America's concern purely out of personal interest for their own manufacturing? Not exactly. America and several allies allege China is violating the rules of free market with their government investing in their own industries. After all, their government is a communist oligarchy, a somewhat unusual structure when discussing the global economy. This gives Chinese businesses an unfair advantage, shielding them from scrutiny and sometimes failure. This model clears the way for China to define future industries. One such industry, 5G cell service solutions, is already being dominated by China. The leading body behind this success is Huawei, a company the US has seriously considered banning from domestic operations. What complicates this is the volume of US industries already employing Huawei solutions. For those companies, a ban would be quite detrimental. Whether or not China's government practices are fair is debatable. The successes of China's infrastructure investments are not. 29 neighboring countries are now benefiting from China's expansion efforts, dramatically increasing China's role in the world economy. Some of these countries, now indebted to China's government, are enemies of the United States. The investments have been widely scrutinized as unpayable for many of these countries, as they don't have the economic strength to pay them back in the 50-plus years, depending on the contracts. However, it seems as though China doesn't care, as the infrastructure expansions are investments, not loans in their view. Bluntly, China has successfully engineered a geopolitical nightmare that's just waiting to happen, as these nations could be indebted to China for the next century or more. China has another territory in their gaze, the South China Sea, a natural resource-rich body in the Asian Pacific, hotly contested by neighboring countries. Each nation has a coastal zone belonging to them called the EEZ, ensuring a proper share. However, China has been building land off a central score of islands called the Spratly Islands, territory they claim to be their own and expand their EEZ. No neighboring country can compete with China, as this effort is fueled by their economic success. China has also noted that once they control the South China Sea, they will police and gate the airspace above it, an unprecedented area for maritime law. This could prove detrimental to world travel and trade. As I said, trade is complicated and multifaceted. The harsh reality of this trade war is that current US strategy has little to no effect on the government of China, only on its domestic industry, which could be characterized as counterproductive. Should the US maintain this isolationist approach and make little to no effort regarding diplomatic solutions with China, the nation will surely meet none of its world market goals and ensure the prosperity of China's market share. The trade war just isn't working.